Look, mister, I never saw you before. I never did anything to you. Oh, no, 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 please. I never did anything to anybody to deserve... Oh, help, help me. Oh, I'm burning. Oh, stop it, stop it.
Nothing is accomplished by prayer alone. We need two things to build the Sunday School Annex: the Lord's blessing and your contributions. The Lord has done his part. Now, let us see you do yours. While Deacon Thatcher and his assistants pass the collection trays, we will be honored by Master Herman Barker, who will render Rock of Ages on his violin.
How did you like our little surprise?
I was never so disgusted in my life. It sounded like a cat goggling razor blades.
I thought Herman played very well.
I did. I didn't miss a note.
And you didn't miss showing this town that we're raising a weakling. I was against wasting money on fiddle lessons. We need it for other things.
Music will give him character.
It's making a sissy out of him, and nothing disgusts me more than a sissy.
I ain't a sissy, Ma. I can clobber any kid my size around here.
Did you ever clobber anyone?
No. But I could if I wanted to.
Herman isn't a sissy. He's strong as the other boys.
Oh, is that so? Well, Herman was sawing that fiddle in church. What was the other boys doing?
Listening.
Not on your life. Show 'em, boys.
Where did you get these?
Out of the collection plate.
Without anyone being the wiser. That took guts.
How long has this been going on?
Oh, a couple of weeks. It was their own idea. I thought it was kind of cute.
Pretty slick, eh, Pop?
Last week we got over $1.
What kind of a mother are you? Letting your son steal from church?
Not letting them, George. Encouraging them.
It's going to stop.
No, it's going to continue. Because I've decided that's the only way they'll ever have anything. What can you give them?
An education.
An education. You had one. What good did it do you?
Oh, I live a decent life.
A decent life? Do you call patch pants, darn stockings, and this run-down flea bag a decent life?
Well, we're in a depression. Things will get better.
You bet they will. Because I'm teaching my kids to take what they want.
I'd rather they were fiddle players than crooks.
Fiddle players? Mom! They'll be fiddle players over my dead body. Go practice on that.
Mom, look what you done. You gonna let her get away with that?
Really?
Here. He's just like you, a sissy that won't fight back. I tell you, there's only one thing that's worth anything in this world, and that's guts. Aiming to teach my kids to show plenty of it.
Lloyd, you get over by that box office and whistle if you see anybody coming.
Got you. Herman, you get the money.
How come I gotta swipe the money?
Because that's the way Ma planned it.
And if you don't do what she says, she's gonna beat the tar out of you.
I don't care. I don't want to do it.
All right, then. I'll do it. You do my job. Let's get going.
Oh, the moon shines bright tonight on pretty red wings. Oh, the moon shines bright on pretty red wing.
Charlie, will you stop kicking around here and hit the hay? We gotta pull out of here tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Reach right up there in that old sky and got me a whole handful of that moon. Yes, sir, I'm loaded with moonshine.
Will you shut up and go to bed, or I'll can you right here on the spot?
Bright on pretty red wing.
To jail. Maybe the sheriff can get it out of you who that other kid was.
Gee, you think Herman will blab? He's kind of chicken.
I don't know, but we better get home and tell Ma.
Yeah.
Honey, why is it we're always at each other's throats?
I don't know. I guess we just think differently.
We didn't used to.
No. We're something special.
What's that?
Must be the boys coming home.
Coming home at this hour in the morning? Katie? What's going on here? Tomorrow's a school day.
Why don't you leave my boys to me?
We got the loot, Ma. The party caught Herman.
We were lucky. We didn't get caught.
What, Carney? What loot? Where did you get the cash box?
Will you shut up and let me handle this? Where's Herman now?
The sheriff dragged him to jail.
You mean Herman let himself get caught?
Carter was too fast for him.
The sheriff's got him now.
Lousy 56 bucks. Chicken feed.
Did you know about this, Ma?
Well, of course I knew about it. I cased the setup and helped him plan it.
For the love of heaven, Ma, what are you making out of our boys?
I ain't got time to argue with you now. I gotta get down to that sheriff's office and get Herman out. That's stealing.
Just as sure as there's a God in heaven, Ma, you're going to be struck down for what you're teaching our sons.
Ah, shut up.
You're not going to town in that get-up.
Well, what else would a worried mother wear when she reports her kidnapped son to the police?
Pop, can we go on and watch the fun?
You boys get to bed.
Oh, come on, Pop. Let's catch the fun.
Get to bed.
Ma. She wears a pants in the family.
It's all a mistake, Ma. This guy says I was in on a heist.
A heist? What is that?
But you know, Ma, stealing.
My goodness, I hope you don't think my boys have been stealing.
That's right, lady.
Where are your other boys, Mrs. Barker?
Why, they're home at bed, of course.
Been there all night?
Why, certainly they have. They're growing boys, and I insist that they get to bed every night at 8:30. I don't know what got into Herman wandering around so late at night like this.
How'd you know he'd be here?
Well, I didn't know. I went into his room to see if he was covered up. He's had the sniffles, you know. And he was gone. Not having a phone, and not knowing which way to turn, I came running down here to see if you could help me.
Look, Sheriff, I'm out $150, and I want you to do something about it.
My goodness, it don't seem like that carnival took in that much business.
How would you know, lady?
That'll be enough, you two. Mrs. Barker, it's beginning to look like your boy is mixed up in the theft of this man's money.
Why, I don't see how that could be. I've always raised my sons to be honest and God-fearing. Why, they go to church every Sunday.
I'm not interested in whether they go to church or not, Mrs. Barker. Fact of the matter is, your boys are under suspicion for several other robberies around here.
That's a lie.
That's a fact, Mrs. Barker. And if I hear about their being mixed up in anything else around here, I'm going to run you and your brood right out of town.
Talk about police persecution. You're nothing more than...
That'll be all, Mrs. Barker. Now take your brat and get out of here.
You gonna prosecute this little crook?
On the evidence you've given me?
What about this kid starting up my merry-go-round?
Oh, by the way, my good man, here's a quarter for my boy's ride. I don't want you to think I'm ungrateful. Come along, sweetheart.
What did I do, Ma? What did I do?
What did you do, you numbskull? You got caught, that's what you did. Doc was supposed to start the merry-go-round, and you were supposed to take the money.
I was scared, Ma.
Next time, don't try to change plans.
I won't, Ma. Honest.
Don't get caught. Understand? Don't get caught.
Don't worry, Ma. I won't. Ever again.
Better not let Ma catch you with that fiddle.
She said I could have it. She even said I could have a new one.
Yeah, if you got enough guts to steal the money to get it.
All right, boys. Time for school.
Oh, Ma, we gotta go to school.
Of course you do.
You could write the principal we're sick.
Let him think my kids are sickly.
You could write that Grandma was dead.
Grandma was buried 10 years ago.
So what? We could dig her up and have another funeral.
That ain't funny.
This story in the newspaper isn't very funny either. Thieves broke into the office of the Wilder Carnival last night and made off with over $300.
A cheapskate.
Herman Barker, son of Mr. and Mrs. George Barker.
You're famous.
There it is in black and white for the whole town to see.
Well, what's wrong with that? Says here they didn't have enough evidence. That sheriff can't pin anything on my boys. Herman is innocent.
I've had enough of this. I'm going to give you boys a whipping that's long overdue. I'll show you who's head of this house.
Look out!
Katie, we're going to have an understanding right now.
You bet we are.
We're going to decide which way our boys are going.
I've already decided.
The way you're leading, they'll all wind up in prison.
Not my boys. But if I have to choose between dying in prison or dying in the poorhouse, there's not much choice between them.
Katie, what makes you so hard? What makes you so dead set against law and order?
It's not the law I hate. Living my whole life and growing old and dying and never having anything or seeing anything or being anything.
There's millions like us.
No, I neither ain't. I growed up in a family of 10 kids. Wormy corn pone, watered gravy.
Katie, the Bible says man does not live by bread alone, but by...
Stop it. That's why I was always so scrawny. Too much Bible and too little beef. Too many Psalms and too little sow belly. I was sick of the litter. When I did get any dresses, they was faded from washing and worn from wearing, with frizzly hems from too much letting down. My toes played this little piggy through every cheap pair of cotton stockings I ever had. George, did you ever wear bloomers?
Katie, we're talking about the boys.
I'm talking about bloomers. My bloomers. Hand-me-downs from 7 sisters. And my playmates used to love to shove me down on the playground so my dress would fly up and you could see Old Homestead Flower written across my bottom. A girl doesn't forget those things.
Katie, the soul can rise above any pain or shame.
Oh, you mealy-mouther. What good's a soul without a body to carry it around in? And a body needs food. And food takes money. And how much money do you bring into this house?
Jobs are scarce.
The boys can steal more in 1 week than you can make in a month.
Money isn't everything.
Every time you do get a few bucks ahead, you spend it on some stupid thing like a book or a dog or fiddle lessons.
There's nothing disgraceful about being poor. Some of our greatest Americans came from poverty. Take Abraham Lincoln.
If I ever take a Lincoln, it won't be an Abraham. It'll be a 16-cylinder job that'll take me out of this place at 90 per. You wanted an understanding. Well, you're gonna get it. We don't need your chicken feed. We don't need you. So why don't you beat it? Why don't you take your things and get out of here?
Take me with you, please.
Son, I'll send for you.
Now, you say the Chinaman keeps his money here on the floor of the laundry?
Yeah, Ma, it's in the barrel.
Barrel?
Yeah, you should hear him. Every time we go in there, he says, "When bellow sheet full, no more lonely. We go back to China."
Oh, I got news to that Chinaman. He ain't going nowhere. Now, let's be serious.
Well, boys,
Boys, say goodbye to your father.
We'll be seeing you.
Have a good trip.
Don't take any wooden nickels.
You're just running us out of town because we're poor.
I'm running you out of town, Mrs. Barker, because you robbed the Chinaman, but I can't prove it.
Why, you're worse than a Bolsheviki. Just wait till I write my congressman about you. Denying the rights of an honest citizen. A poor widow woman at that. Where'll we go?
I don't know, Mrs. Barker, but the further the better, and don't you come back, because if you do, I'll put you and your whole brood in jail.
Sticks and stones may break our bones. Names will never hurt us. And so we drove into a future unprejudiced against childish pranks. Years passed, and my boys grew into fine young men.
How was our rehearsal, Ma?
Lloyd, it was lousy.
Ma, we gonna do the job tomorrow?
No, Doc, we're too rusty. We're going to rehearse it a few more times.
Oh, Ma, look, I'm tired of rehearsing.
Herman, you need it the most. As the armored car reaches this point, I come tearing out of here like I'm out of control. I cut in ahead of him.
And the guards kill you with machine guns fire.
Now, who'd shoot an innocent old lady all alone in her car? Before they have recovered from their surprise.
Herman cuts in behind and blocks them. I jump out and shoot tear gas through that side port. When that front guard opens up, I let him have it.
Fine. Herman?
Well, I come down the other side. When the driver gets out...
Go on.
Well, I knock him out.
You kill him, Herman.
And don't chicken out.
Don't you worry about Herman. He may be squeamish, but he always does his part. Lloyd?
I stay in the second car and drop the guard when he unbuttons the rear door.
What if he doesn't open up, Doc?
I grab the guard's keys, unlock the rear door, swing it open, and jump back.
I spray the inside with a full clip. Us boys grab the money.
And we make our getaway as planned and rehearsed.
She'd swear she was just somebody's sweet old grandmother. Yeah, like the wolf in Red Riding Hood.
Epitaphs of the Turbulent 30s. Suicide to avoid capture, Herman Barker. Killed resisting arrest, Ma Barker, Fred Barker. Killed trying to escape Alcatraz, Doc Barker. Murdered by a jealous girlfriend, Lloyd Barker. Sentenced to life imprisonment, Alvin Karpis, Machine Gun Kelly. For as a good tree bringeth not forth corrupt fruit, neither doth a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. None left his mark, each left his stain.